This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
The board of directors at the Bahamas Power and Light announced a new CEO and COO last night. Both members of the leadership team are Bahamian, and as Chris Saunders tells us tonight, they are ready to take the power company into the right direction.
Whitney Hasty took over as CEO of B.P.L on Tuesday. The engineer has a background in fixing technical problems and electrical design and has already been a sitting member of the board. The new CEO says the major challenge for the corporation right now is both power generation and power distribution to the end consumer.
So obviously we do have adequate generation on the ground, but still, like I shared with you, we're still seeing some outages around the transmission and distribution. So we have now engaged the study of the transmission and distribution systems. That's going to be beginning here in November to really sort of prioritize where the areas of softness are, and then in the short term sort of stabilize them with the future intent of strengthening those areas of softness to bring them to permanent resolution.
The Canadian firm Sancon will be responsible for the distribution and transmission study. Mr. Hasty says since day one on the board, he's been working towards not only fixing the generation and transmission issues, but also investigating short-term problems as well.
We've been on the ground working from day one, and certainly from an individual perspective, coming into the new CEO position, I have been apprised of what has been going on, and I'm ready to take on that challenge.
Ms. Christina Alston will leave Georgia Transmission Corporation as Director of Supply Chain Services when she takes over as COO. Even though a larger sector in the southern United States, she has a lot of experience in rural transmission and distribution, very similar to the landscape of the Bahamas.
So I really do understand the difference between an urban area and a rural area in terms of the needs of not only those customers, but what the distribution needs to look like from area to area. Rural electrification is a passion for me. It's very, very, very important for everyone to have access to reliable electricity.
The transmission and distribution specialist says she has a clear plan in her head when she takes over.
Very first thing we need to do is create a 90-day plan. That is imperative. We need that 90-day plan to set the groundwork as what it is going to look like moving forward. I think we would do all of us a disservice if we don't take the time to create the plan.
Ms. Alston will not take up the role of COO until November 13th. Chris Saunders, ZNS Network News.